back to Stacy So and So. I hope you had a wonderful week. So this week I am starting the project with all of the doggy blankets that I'm going to be making for donation. My goal is to have them ready to donate by Christmas. Fingers crossed. Truth is, I felt like that was realistic once I saw the fleece I'd pulled off of my shelves and after the fleece that my mom gave me. But then I dug through the back of the basket where I knew I had more, and it's way more than I thought. But that's great because that's just more blankets for me to donate. So let me show you how big the stack is. Fleece from Mom, and the rest of this has come from my shelf and the basket, and you can see I have started folding some of it up. Oh my goodness. Look who came running and has decided to get up from his nap to help me. Are you going to help me? Are we going to make doggy blankets together? Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. Well, let's get started. Okay. Okay. He's a love bug, but he will definitely be here for moral support, won't you, buddy? You gonna be here for moral support? Are you gonna help? I know. You had to wake up from your nap. Oh, you're gonna lay here for moral support? Why, thank you. You're such a good boy. Okay, so as a place to start with making doggy blankets, because you never know what size the dog is going to be, I did just some basic research online to kind of get an average size of like a small, a medium, and a large size dog. So typically I have my post-it note, a small bed, because that's what I'm basing on, is what a small bed would be for a small dog, would be 24 by 17 inches. A medium-sized dog would be 32 to 36 inches. And then for a large dog, extra large dog, 36 to 42 inches. Now, when I made Ernie's patchwork, we're pretty close to that 36 by 42 inches. He was 57 pounds when we first adopted him, and after being with us for a few months, well, let's see, from April until the end of September, he's up to 63 pounds. But the dog blanket is pretty big, so it would even work for some dogs that would be considered extra large. So the first place I'm going to start is with the larger pieces of fleece that I have, like this one. There's quite a bit here. I'm going to start by cutting off large dog blankets, and then I've got the serger back there, and I will finish off the ends all the way around. Even though you don't need to on fleece, I'm going to go ahead and finish off the ends just to do it so it looks nice. If you don't have a serger, you could also do a wide zigzag stitch on your sewing machine and get the same effect. So let's get started. So I decided I'd make a small patchwork doggy blanket first. And what I did was I cut out 6-inch by 6-inch squares because they were closest to the 24 by 17-inch measurements for a dog bed or for a small dog bed. Now, I did cut these a slight bit above the actual measurement. Because I'm going to be doing them on the serger, I'm just going to put them right along the edge. So basically the serger just kind of finishes the end, doesn't really cut anything off, minus my slightly bad cutting. If you're going to do these on a sewing machine with a zigzag stitch, I would add an extra 5/8 of an inch, 1/4 inch of fabric to zigzag over so that you get a very similar size to the measurements that I had kind of researched. You don't have to. is just a suggestion. So let's get started on sewing this together. And then I will also, you can see that stack over there. Those are the large doggy blankets. And I'm going to be switching out different colors of thread on my serger to finish the ends, just to make it a little more special and a little prettier. Now, I am going to keep sewing to see just how many dog blankets I can get done. I will post up some update shorts, just if you're kind of curious how things are going. My goal, as I said earlier, was to have them done by Christmas. Truth is, I'd love to have them done by Thanksgiving, but we shall see. So thank you guys for joining me again this week. I hope this inspires you to, reach out to your local shelters and find a way that you can help and provide some comfort. If you're looking for a project, maybe you're working with your granddaughter or a niece and they want to learn how to sew. This is a great project to do together, because essentially you're just cutting and sewing together straight lines. And so it could be a great way to not only teach them how to sew, but also about giving back. So thank you so much for joining me again this week. I know Ernie appreciates you joining back again this week, although he is over there asleep on the floor providing moral support. So I will see you next week with a new project. Thank you so much for being here. If you feel so inclined, please subscribe, like, leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. And until next week, happy sewing.